Good morning, friends. Today is the day of food prep. We're gonna spend the day in this kitchen. I do need to put up clean dishes and do the few dirty dishes that are in the sink before we get started. But I'm going to meal prep carnivore style, of course, because that's the that's how we're eating. It's a way of life we're eating. All animal-based products. I do have my cup of coffee, a little heavy cream. I don't know if you can see that. A little heavy cream in there. But I'm gonna meal prep for the upcoming work week. So we're gonna do some breakfast scrambles. We like to get a whole lot of protein in first thing in the day and then carry us through the day. So we're gonna do some egg scrambles. I have some leftover ham from Christmas that I need to get used up. So I'm gonna dice that up, get that in the egg scramble. We do not melt cheese anymore. Caleb will sometimes eat cheddar just as a snack, but we no longer melt it on food like we used to, like tacos or eggs or whatever. It does not agree with our stomachs now for whatever reason, since we've purged all of the other things from our body and we're only eating mostly meat. Cheese just doesn't set well with me, and actually heavy cream doesn't either, but again, it's left over from Christmas and I want to use it up, so we're using it in our coffee, and once it's gone we will just go back to using whole milk. So that's what I'm doing. I'll take you, Sadie wants out. I will take you with me today and I'll show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it. I won't bore you with a long video, but I'll show you bits and pieces of what I'm doing, and then I will show you final products of everything that we will prep for our upcoming work week. So come along with me. Okay guys, I'm doing this on my tripod, so it's gonna be a little wonky, but I did take 2 roasts that were frozen, obviously. I got these at Sam's Club last week. If you saw that haul, well, I didn't actually show you, but these came from Sam's Club. They came in 1 pig package, 2 roasts, so I'm gonna cook both of them. I'm just going to do this on well, it'll be fine. I'm gonna do this on high for 8 hours. I'm not gonna go back through the time, but it's 9:05 now, so these will be good and done for dinner. Hey guys, so just so you know, when I'm doing roasts and stuff like this in crock pots or just slow cooking, I don't put water in them, and I do not put seasoning on them. Maybe a little salt, but not while I'm just cooking these for carnivore purposes. I do have some Kinders in the cabinet that we're trying to use up. There's not a ton left. We don't want to waste it. It's not technically carnivore, but I made Caleb some chicken wings last night for dinner, and we put this on there before we put it in the broil, and he said it was really good. And so we're just going to use this up. When it's gone, it's gone. We won't add it back. When I do seasonings, I do something like dash, because there's not a whole lot in here other than just the herbs. There's probably stuff in here that it's probably not the best, but it is clean, and we do add our own salt, so this is salt free, so we can add our good Celtic sea salt with all the nutrients in it. So if we add seasonings, it'll be on our plate, so that will not fit up there. But anyway, so I'm gonna put the lid on this, and it's gonna just cook all day. Okay guys, so I've got you here by the stove. I've just got some bacon grease, which I keep in this bacon grease container. It has the strainer and everything. Got this bacon grease in the cast iron, and I've got my bag of ham. I'm going to use up all of this ham today because it's now over a week old and it needs to be used up. It's perfectly fine, but I don't want to continue to leave it in there, and I don't want it in the freezer. So, and normally, before we started carnivore, I would have just put this in the freezer and then made a big pot of pinto beans or something like that, warm it later, but we are no longer eating beans at this point in our lives. So I'm gonna go ahead and use it for breakfast. So I'm gonna dice this up real quick and get it in the pan. And I'm gonna do this pretty chunky, guys, because we like the chunks of ham in our eggs. So I'm gonna continue cutting this up and I'll come back. Okay, it's all cut up and in the pan. This actually filled up my entire skillet, so that's awesome. It's good to get that out of the fridge, and it's gonna be great for breakfast this week for our work week. Okay, so egg time. I'm gonna let that ham saute a little bit just to heat it up and get maybe a little crust on it. I'm gonna crack some eggs. I'm probably going to do, what is this, 18, 19, there's 20 eggs here. I may go ahead and just do all 20 of these to get these used up. These are store-bought eggs. We do have chickens, but it is wintertime, and our girls are almost 3 years old now. So come this spring, we will get babies and let them grow up, and they will be replacing these girls. And older girls don't lay as many eggs, and also it's wintertime, so they're not laying very many at all. So we're getting, out of our 18 chickens, we're getting, I don't know, maybe 4 eggs a day, if that. So we cannot count on our girls right now, so I'm supplementing with just plain store-bought eggs. So I do the 60 count at Walmart, the 60 count package. So we eat a lot of eggs on Carnivore, guys, and I would much rather be eating my free-range organic eggs all the time. But in this season of life, we are supplementing because we are eating a lot of eggs. So I'm gonna get these cracked and then I will show you what I'm doing. Okay, I got all, there was actually only 17 eggs. I miscounted earlier. So this is just Celtic sea salt. I'm not gonna put a whole lot because the ham itself is salty. A little pepper. This is just plain old pepper, guys. And nothing else. That's all I put in the eggs. I'm gonna whisk these real quick. And I'm gonna get these in this skillet, and I'll show you in just a minute. Okay, guys, I'm just going to get this cooking. All 17 eggs are in there, along with that ham, a little salt and pepper, and that's it. That's all we're putting in there. There's enough flavoring from the ham that it's going to be fantastic. It doesn't need any other seasonings at all. So I'm gonna get this cooked up, and then I'm going to get it plated up into our to-go lunch glass containers. And I only need to get 10 servings out of this for myself and Caleb for breakfast this week for our 5-day work week. We both work 5 days a week outside of the home. So I'm gonna get these finished up and plated, and I will show you then. Okay, here they are. I got 10. I did have to use 2 of these very small ones, but believe it or not, I put the same amount in all of them. So some of these look a little empty, but it's the same amount as the rest. So this one may actually have a little more than this one, but it'll all balance out. It's perfectly fine. So I'm gonna let these cool, and then I'll get the lids on them and get them in the fridge. Okay, guys, I have this Williams brand sausage patties. I get these at Walmart. I'm gonna put these in the oven, just let them cook that way, and then we can add them to our breakfast bowls or take them for lunches this week. Okay, eggs for this week are all here, so we can just grab and go. I have this bucket in here for thawing meat. So we have some steaks, a tenderloin, and 2 packages of ground turkey waiting to be thawed and cooked for the week. We have some leftovers here, yogurts. Here are the wings from last night, and then chicken for Sadie. Always lots of butter.